Algebra 1 skills number 20, system of equations, but this time we're going to look at some word problems associated with systems of equations. So the technique for that, you're going to get a situation that's going to want to know about one or two things. So what we want to do is determine and label your two variables. Now, of course, you could have systems that have three or more, but we're going to focus on ones here that have two variables. So once you've labeled and determined what you're looking for, we need two equations. We need at least as many equations as we have variables that relate the variables. And once we have those two equations, you have yourself a system, so solve it. Okay, so here's an example. Teacher buys packs of pencils at $5 each and packs of paper at $2 each. And she's going to purchase 30 items total and spends $93. How many packs of each did she buy? Okay, so now one thing I'll say is you could always do trial and error and just keep trying different combinations and eventually you'll find it. But the SAT likes this kind of question, and you only have so much time, so it would help to be able to do this systematically. So pencils and paper. Let's call the packs of pencils X, packs of paper Y. So remember, she bought 30 total items. So X plus Y is 30, and it was $5 for the packs of pencils. So you spend $5 on your X packs of pencils. It's $2 for your paper, so there's 2Y. And together you spend $93. So here's a nice system. Now we're going to solve that system. Okay, this one, it would be better to do elimination, so I multiplied the first equation by -5. You could have multiplied it by -2 and got rid of the y's just as easily, but I just chose -5 here. And so this top becomes this, -5 times all three. If you remember how to solve the elimination, I just simply rewrote the bottom. Notice the color coding, the red here, I'm going to cancel by design. So this is what I'm left with. Solve for y to get 19. Okay, so that's 19 packs of paper, remember. So there's the system. It's a little easier to put it in the first one, though you could choose the second one. So I put 19, that's what we had for y in here. Now I didn't show my work here, but you're going to subtract 19 from both sides to get 11 packs of pencils. Okay, so she bought 11 packs of pencils and 19 packs of paper. Second example, basketball player had a career night, so really good night here, scoring 42 points. He had twice as many 2-pointers than 3-pointers and did not shoot a free throw. How many of each shot did he hit? Okay, you have to know just a little bit about basketball here to know that there's three ways to score: a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, or a free throw. Here we're only interested in 2 and 3-pointers. So again, you don't have to use X and Y, but we'll let X be the number of 2-pointers, Y be the number of 3-pointers. So remember, he scored 42 points. So he scored 2X points for the X 2-pointers he hit. He scored 3Y points for the Y 3-pointers he hit. In total, he had 42. The other scenario, it said there was twice as many 2-pointers as 3-pointers. You have to think about this a little bit. So there's twice as many X's as there are Y's. So to make them be equal, you have to double the Y's. Okay, for example, and this is not the answer, but if you hit 10 2-pointers and 5 3-pointers, you'd have to double the 5 to make them equal. Okay, so this system is really set up better for substitution. You could subtract 2y over and use elimination, but since one variable is already isolated, substitution really works well here. So I'm going to put 2y in there. Okay, so I didn't color code the X, but 2y goes in that X position right there. And now we can just solve that. So 2 times 2y is 4y. 4y plus 3y is 7y. Now I'm going to divide by 7. So this is 6. That's the number of 3-pointers he hit. Now just go back into the bottom equation, would be better here. We just figured out y is 6, so just put 6 in there. So X is 12. So the player hit 12 2-pointers and 6 3-pointers. And again, you could always just use trial and error, but if you're crunched for time, this systematic method is nice to know.